Hello friends. After thoroughly understanding our system and strategy, now let us take up the first program PFT1A level 1. Already I briefed it. However, once again have a look. Here we give input to the program. Thereafter it should be processed according to the formula. Here which values we have to calculate? We have to calculate floor area. For that purpose formula is length into breadth. Thereafter, we have to calculate 4 walls area of the room, that is 2 into height into length plus breadth. Actually, in mathematics, we don't suppose 2h into L plus B. We don't write the symbols; those are implied. But in programming, nothing is implied. Everything. Suppose in mathematics, how you write 2h into L plus B? Simply you write. Here, actually the same way if you have to 2 into h into L plus B. That means explicitly you have to write the multiplication symbols. Nothing is implied. That point you have to understand. That is the difference between mathematics and programming. Okay, this point, one important point you have to understand. Every point you must understand meticulously. Otherwise, small mistake will vitiate your goal. That point you have to understand. Thereafter, in output also, just to focus. Actually, we are writing in a readable format. There we are giving units. That is very much important. Length. What are the units? Feet. Breadth. Feet. Height. Feet. Thereafter, areas comes square feet. SFT. That abbreviations also you should know. Should not give complete name. Then and that output formation will become difficult. Suppose somewhere you are using rupees, then RS you have to use, and like that every time you are writing some values, the corresponding units in a shorter form you have to write. Gradually, if you do not know, don't worry about that. I am here to teach each and every element. One thing you must remember, feel like a professional. Don't feel like a student. Normally, a student aspect is just they produce a result from a program, that is everything. They never bother about conventions, other things like this and all that. So, now we are going to work professionally. That's why all the professional norms I am going to explain. That point you have to understand. Thereafter, now let us come to program. Every bit I explain. As I told you already, first watch the program. Whether you know Python or not, what extent you know, I don't bother. First watch this program. By that the entirety you understand. Thereafter, if you do not know concepts, study all the concepts. Just a matter of 1 hour. There are 10 concepts, each average 5 minutes. You watch all the concepts. Thereafter come back to the program. Once again watch and execute program on your own. While you are typing program and all that, don't copy. You incorporate this in your brain and do that. Okay, that is very important. For others also who are having confidence that they know Python also, one time you watch the concepts. By that, what you are missing, that you can understand. If you feel you didn't miss anything, no issue. Okay, then you can ignore concepts. And one thing I am telling you, for a first and second levels only, you have to study concepts. Third and fourth levels, actually you need not study any other concepts. That's why initially burden a little more. Gradually your conceptual study will be reduced. You mainly focus on applications. Okay, now let us come to the program. This program you are going to write. So actually we are talking about a sequential program. We are not using functions here. Okay, any sequential program is divided into 4 levels. What is that? Declaration section, input section, process section, and output section. Actually, first one is documentation section. In the documentation section, actually in these programs, we write a comment. Actually, the comment explains what is the task of the program. Here you see top one line we have written, that comes under documentation section. Actually, in commercial applications, many details are there. In real-time projects and all that, many details they write in the documentation section, like a task of the program, who is the author of the program, version of the program, copyright details, other details, and all that they write. And we also, in advanced program, we write some import statements and all that. Don't worry about them. In the documentation section, you write only comment. In that comment, what are included? The number of the program you include, because there are several levels and a number of large number of programs are there. So for every program, you write the number of the program, pre-FT1A, calculating rooms, floor area, and for that much is enough. Precisely, you write the task of the program. It is like a heading of the chapter. You take any chapter in any book, heading is there. Thereafter, subheadings also are there. If you take any commercial document also, you can find heading in the name of subject, and thereafter subheadings are there. Like that, the documentation section, we write the task of the program in a precise manner. You need not worry about the grammar and all that. Simple, precisely what is the task of the program you have to write. That is the documentation section. Thereafter, three sections are there: input section, process section, and output section. Here you see, for them also, you give comments. Comment means how you write. First you write with a hash symbol, thereafter one space you leave and write that. Top comment also, you should start with a hash symbol. That is the comment. So this is not executed. One point you have to understand. If you remove all the comments also, the program works and gives the same result. But comments are meant to improve the readability of the program. Actually, in any document or chapter, if you remove all the headings or subheadings, the content is same. You are able to understand. But why you are writing headings and subheadings? To improve the readability. What is the readability? You can understand. So, in this manner, in the documentation section, we write a comment. Every comment should start with the hash symbol. This is applicable for only one line. That point you have to understand. Thereafter, input section. Input section, which input values we are supposed to give? Actually, if you take a flour mill, what is the input? Grain, particular grain. It may be wheat, it may be rice, or it may be some other type of pulses. That is the input section. Here, our input section, we are going to give four values. First one is name of the room. Second one is length. Third one is breadth. Fourth one is height. Four values you have to give. Now, how to write input section? First, you have to understand. Actually, names. Actually, for every identifier, you have to give a name. Now, first one is room name. Now, how you write a room? You should write lowercase only a room name. If one word is there, okay, in lowercase you write. Sometimes multiple words are there. Many cases multiple words are there. Then what you have to do? You have to combine it with underscore, not dash. If you write dash, it leads to error. So room name. In that manner you have to write. Actually, what should I write? Complete form or short form? You get it out. One thing I am telling you, any name you give, any short form, but whoever reads the name, they should understand what is that. That is the main requirement. Here, there is no other short form. If you write, suppose, RM, NM, if you write, can you understand? You think like a other person. You cannot understand. So, you can use shorter form. Whatever shorter form you use, others should understand. That point you have to understand and proceed. Okay. Now, actually, we have to input. For input purpose, we have a function called input function. This is like a scanf function in C language. If you know C language, it is like a scanf function, but it is much simplified. Input is the function. Okay. Once you write input function, then whenever your program is executed, it waits for your input value. if you type a value, here, now input, that value is stored in the whatever value you type, that is stored in the room name. That point you have to understand. Here, one thing already about input function, I have given a detailed explanation. First, you have to watch that. Here, if I start explaining about that, this program takes more than 1 hour time. That's why here I am giving a briefing that you have to understand. Actually, you simply write it to take the value and the value is stored here.